Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hip Horse. Tommy D along with Johnny Lowe. You made it to Derby Talk, episode number 8. We are on the trail to the Kentucky Derby. That is Saturday, May 7th, the Run for the Roses. Johnny, my man, how we doing?
We're doing really well. This weekend is just jam-packed with points races. There's even one race we're not even going to get to, but if something crazy does happen in there, one of those horses explodes into a race that goes off on dirt, then I think we'll probably be digging in there. Or if they do make the Kentucky Derby, we'll dig into the pedigree for that horse.
Yeah, Johnny's talking about the John Battaglia, but we got 3 races that we are going to take a look at for you right now, everybody. The Gotham, the Fountain of Youth, and the San Felipe, all 50 points for the Derby. Point trails for the contenders, everybody trying to make that trip. Last week, Johnny, we saw the Rebel, the winner at a big price, Un Ojo. Johnny, 75-1, sneaks by on the rail, has another gear and gets it done. What are your thoughts about the Rebel there?
Yeah, so the weather turned a little sour out there. The track was a little bit sloppy, and with Un Ojo shooting up the rail, he got the job done. I don't know that Lucas horse, Ethereal Road. He was behind him in second, and the race behind those two just kind of fell apart. So we'll see how these horses move forward into the Arkansas Derby. I have a feeling after watching that, some people are going to try to shoot their horses over there for some big points.
There we go. The Rebel got a big winner. If you were on the winner, congratulations. You got paid, everybody. Let's take a look at the top 5 real quick of the Derby points leaderboard right now. We got number 6, Epicenter. Number 2, Un Ojo. Number 3, Smile Happy. Number 4, Ethereal Road. And number 5, Barber Road. 64, 54, 30, 20, and 18. A lot of points to still go, Johnny. And we're going to get right to it right now. Let's take a look at the Gotham from Aqueduct, Johnny. This is a grade 3 going 1 mile, Johnny. So any thoughts before we take a look at the preview here?
Yeah, so in Santa Anita, they have a 7 furlong race with horses that are kind of on the road for the Kentucky Derby. Nyquist beat Exaggerator in it one year. It's called the San Vicente, and they don't give points because it's a one-turn race. For whatever reason, here at the Gotham, even though it's a one-turn race, they're going to give points. And it doesn't have much of a rich tradition of Kentucky Derby winners. The only horse to ever win the race from the Gotham was Secretariat. But they are giving out serious points, so we should definitely take a look.
Yeah, we have to. 50 points. Winner should get into the Derby. Let's take a look at the field, and then we'll give pedigree picks from Johnny here. Number 1, Running Son of a Gun, won both starts over the Aqueduct track. Son of Gun Runner, trained by John Toscano Jr. It's going to be stretching out from the 6 furlongs to the mile here, so we'll see how that plays out. Number 2, Glider, broke its maiden by 4.5 on the synthetic track for trainer Mark Cassie. Second behind Emmanuel, who's running in the Fountain of Youth, so maybe something to pay attention to. Son of Quality Road, Gallardo gets the call here, first time aboard. Number 3, Golden Code, broke its maiden debut by 10 at Aqueduct over the muddy track for trainer Todd Pletcher. Kendrick Camus, jockey in both career starts here. Should be a good one. This 3-year-old Bay Colt expected to be up front. Number 3, Golden Code. Number 4, From Another Mother, broke its maiden on the 6th try last start, winning in speed fashion, going gate to wire at Aqueduct here. Raymond Handel trains, Davis rides. Dylan Davis, a talented rider, first time aboard there also. Number 5, Dean's List. 2 for 2, trainer Todd Pletcher trains this 3-year-old chestnut colt. Has done nothing wrong so far. Now stretches out to the mile distance. Manny Franco rides. Luis Saez will be down in Florida, so Franco gets the call. Windstar Farms, Sienna Farms, a nice team there. Improving Buyers. That's number 5, Dean's List. Number 6, Life is Great. 7 career starts, 1 win, 2 place, 3 show. In the money, 6 out of 7. Last start finished second at Aqueduct in the J. Wingfield behind Morello. Who is also running in this race. Robert Claris is the trainer here. Number 7, No Need to Worry. We have an equipment change here. Blinkers are coming on for trainer Harold Wiley, 17% trainer. Last start came in the Withers where he was 50-1, finished 5th. Before that, 2 in a row at Parks. Regular rider Gonzalez makes the trip. Number 8, Bold Journey, second in the Gander 100K, going the mile distance at the Aqueduct track. Bill Mott trains. Get the services of Jorge Vargas here. This should be the speed. This 3-year-old chestnut colt, son to Hard Spun, so if it's wet, pay attention to that too. Second off the bench for Bill Mott, 22%. Number 9, Morello, 2 for 2, lightly raced career, making its winning both races by 4+ lengths. Showed up in the Jay Winkfield last time out. Impressively went off as the favorite, dominated the field, winning by 5. Steve Asmussen is the trainer. Jose Lascano, regular rider, is back up. Last to close out the field is number 10, Rockefeller. Bob Baffert sends this 3-year-old bay colt back to New York. Finished second in the Sham last time out. Before that, won the Grade 3 Nassau from Belmont, so had some success in New York. Expect him to be part of the pace scenario. Should be right up front there, Johnny. That's the field we're taking a look at. 10 entries here in the Gotham. Now we're going to get to Johnny's pedigree picks. What do you got for us, Johnny?
Yeah, so looking at this race, clearly there's a lot of speed in this race, which indicates more of a sprint type of pedigree with a race like this being a 1-turn mile. And so I think a lot of the trainers are saying, hey, look, we've got horses that have been running 6 furlongs, but with this 1 turn, I think they can get a couple more as opposed to if it was a 2-turn race. So I'm going to look at one horse in here that I think is a, no doubt about it, sprinter, and then I'll give us a little pedigree on another horse that I think is going to like the route, but maybe this 1-turn mile might be within reach for him as well. The first horse I want to talk about is Dean's List. Dean's List is by Speightstown out of Mildly Offensive by Sharp Humor. Speightstown has been consistently throwing speedy monsters such as Breeders' Cup Mile winner Tamarcuz and the super fast Charlatan. On the bottom side is Mildly Offensive, who is the first of 3 black type on the fem line, and being by Sharp Humor, top and bottom sire lines line up perfect for a 1-turn mile. Basically, the Mr. Prospects are inbreeding, I think, Twirling Candy, horses like that really excelled at these 1-turn races. I think the way his breeding structure is, especially with Speightstown, this is a race where he's going to be ultra tough. The other horse I want to look at is Morello. So Morello is by Classic Empire. Classic Empire is by Pioneer of the Nile, who sired American Pharaoh, obviously the Triple Crown winner. I think right here is we've got a case of a classic sire line pedigree. And underneath, he's out of Stop the Wedding, who's by Congrats. Stop the Wedding didn't really do a whole lot in her career. She was 1 for 25 and only earned $40,000. But there is a little bit of juice on the fem line. The next 3 on the fem line are all black type broodmares themselves. And Blushing Groom and Hold Your Tricks on the bottom. There's a ton of stamina on the bottom of this pedigree. I would expect this horse to sit behind all of these speedy sprint type horses and probably be the one that makes the first run when they hit the turn and see if he can catch them.
There we go. We got Dean's List and Morello. Are those our 2 features here for the Gotham, Johnny?
I think they are. I think those are the 2 that I'm going to go with, and I'm going to actually put Morello on top of Dean's List and see if Asmussen can get the horse home.
There we go. I like it, Johnny. So number 5, Dean's List, is going to be number 2 on the pedigree picks, and number 9, Morello, going to be top pick here for trainer Steve Asmussen, as he said. Winningest trainer of all time in North America, trying to get that first Derby win. You know, does Morello hit that highlight, Johnny, or we still got to see more from him?
If this is going to sound kind of like a shocker, but I only really see 2 horses in here that I feel like that have like a classic Derby pedigree. Morello happens to be one of them, so he might enjoy the stretch out when they do hit 2 turns. The other one was a maiden claimer that just won an optional $50,000 with Running Son of a Gun in the 1 hole at 30-1. You might actually want to watch out for him because he's going to need to improve significantly off of what he's been doing. I mean, significantly. Yeah. He's going to have to climb a mountain here compared to what he's been doing, but he does have a nice pedigree to stretch out. And for a $16,000 purchase, who knows what he could do. There
we go. A couple to pay attention to for the future. I love the name Running Son of a Gun. One of the favorite names I like on all the card for Saturday. All right, that's the Gotham, everybody. If you're new to the channel, Tommy D, Johnny Lowe, you're on the Hip Horse watching Derby Talk episode number 8, everybody. Hit like, subscribe, share us with your friends. We're on the trail for the Kentucky Derby. It gets closer and closer. May 7th is that date, everybody, so mark that down on your calendar. All right, let's get to our next race, Johnny. We're going to be taking a look at the San Felipe. The San Felipe is going to be a grade 2, going a mile and a 16th from Santa Anita. Anything you want to say before we do a quick preview about this race?
Yeah, so he's going to go over the race itself. Cabo Spirit is a horse that I talked about in our last video. So if you want to see what Cabo Spirit did in the RB Lewis, what our thoughts were on his pedigree, check that out, because that was the one horse out of that race that we did talk about.
Yeah, great point, Johnny, because Johnny's been breaking down the pedigree of a lot of these horses, so some of that pedigree breakdown is already in our old video, so go back and watch that breakdown there. And he's talking about Cabo Spirit. And Johnny, what a call there. I know Messier ran away with it, but big price for a second there, Cabo Spirit. So good call there. All right, let's get to the San Felipe here now. Grade 2, mile and a 16th. Number 1 hole is going to be Happy Jack. Third career start for trainer Doug O'Neill. 5th in the Robert B. Lewis last start. We got equipment change. We got blinkers coming off. 14% for Doug O'Neill. Cedillo is going to be back for the 3rd career start aboard. Number 2, Worse Reed Sanchez. Last 3 starts came over the turf. Nosed out in its last, going a mile and an 1/8. Square Eddie is the sire. Redham Racing, another O'Neill horse. Mario Gutierrez, turf to dirt. Doug O'Neill, not the best percentage, 12% there, but that's number 2, Worse Reed Sanchez. Number 3, Armagnac. Broke its maiden at Santa Anita last start when stretching out to the mile and 16th distance. Bob Baffert trains the son of Quality Road. Won in speed fashion last time out. Should be right up front. Johnny V gets the call back. Number 4, Beautiful Art. Broke its maiden last time out at maiden 20 after losing 11 lengths at maiden special weight level. Simon Callahan, the trainer must see something here. Going to be going 6 furlongs to the mile. Sprint to route, Simon Callahan, 26% there. Number 5, Doppelganger. Bullets work every time this 3-year-old shows up at the track. Bob Baffert trains the son into mischief. Top rider Flavian Pratt gets the call. Been aboard for both starts. Last start he finished 4th in the San Vicente grade 2 at the end of January. Should be sitting right at the middle of the pack and take a late run at the leaders. That's number 5, Doppelganger. Number 6, Forbidden Kingdom. Won the San Vicente grade 2. First start as a 3-year-old. Took the field wire to wire there. This is a major player in the speed scenario here. Richard Mandela and Hernandez pair up. 40% at Santa Anita, 15 mounts. My racehorse and Splendrift. So the speed, maybe a couple of you guys got to share here. And the last one to finish off the field is number 7, Cabo Spirit. 2nd in the Robert B. Lewis grade 3 last out. Behind a dominating Messier. Finished 2nd at 18-1, Johnny. You gave it out in that last video. Papadromo, Victor Espinoza selecting his mounts wisely. Gets back up on this Dark Bay Colt. They paid $575. That's number 7, Cabo Spirit. Take a quick preview out of the field there. Now Johnny's going to go to the pedigree picks. Johnny, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so as you've heard in our other videos, we're going to forego the Baffert horses that aren't getting points because we are trying to find the horse that's going to win the Kentucky Derby. So with that being said, that's the reason why I'm not going to talk about those horses in here, because they aren't getting qualifying points. And with that, I want to talk about the first horse will be Worse Reed Sanchez. So Worse Reed Sanchez is by Square Eddie out of Walking on a Dream by Tappet. Square Eddie is the sire of sires. Is by Sire of Sires, Smart Strike, and has been the king of California sires with his pensioning in 2020. His last crops are hitting the scene. Mostly known for sprint progeny, Worse Reed Sanchez has shown life in turf routes, much like English Channel progeny, who is also by Smart Strike. Walking on a Dream has been fantastic in the breeding shed, dropping 5 foals, all winners, 2 of which are black type 6-figure earners, and led by full sibling Jammin' Eddie. And with Tappet as a broodmare sire, this combo, top and bottom, has done very well. I don't know exactly how this is going to translate onto a dirt route. His dirt sprint didn't go so well, but that was his first start, so we'll see if the horse can continue to improve here.
Yeah, Johnny, horse still trying to figure out these young colts. 2-year-old Worse Reed Sanchez, Doug O'Neill, like you said, going from the turf to the dirt. We'll find out. Who do we got next on the pedigree picks?
The next pick will be Beautiful Art. So Beautiful Art is by Klimt out of Hey Little Sister by Jumpstart. Klimt is by Red Hot Stallion Quality Road. He's had a little success in the breeding shed, but nothing remarkable, and was sold to breed in Turkey. So that's not too promising for his progeny. Hey Little Sister has dropped 7 to race with 5 winners, although she never raced herself. The Femline has a streak of dropping black type runner going back 5 generations. So no pressure here on Hey Little Sister, but Beautiful Art probably needs to hit the board to keep that streak alive.
There you go. Simon Callahan trained sprint to route, 26% there, Johnny. So knows how to get the horses in shape for the routes there. Number 4, Beautiful Art. Do we have one more on the list?
We've got one more.
Well, who do we got?
So this is the one that I'm sure everybody's looking forward to seeing at 8 to 5 morning line. Forbidden Kingdom. He's by American Pharaoh out of Just Louis by 5 Star Day. Although American Pharaoh was a dynamic routing dirt horse, his top progeny, his top American run progeny, 6 of the top 10 are fillies, and the top 4 males all turf types. He has had horses like Ram, Big Lake, and American Theorem show signs of life on the dirt, but no breakout winners in the U.S. yet. Cafe Pharaoh is a multiple Grade 1 dirt router in Japan, but I don't really know exactly how that translates out here. Just Louise is the first of 3 straight black type broodmares on the Femline. I'm not the biggest fan of the sire line, broodmare sire cross, both going back to Mr. Prospector. While it's seen success in the Breeders' Cup Classic with horses like Vino Rosso and Arrogate, it hasn't been a success on the road to the Derby. So, for example, Roadster was a horse. He was by Quality Road. He was inbred to a Mr. Prospector line broodmare. There's like a long list of them, and this is kind of the thing we were talking about in the Gotham. I don't know if it's the best for these 3-year-olds for stretching out in these route races. He might be able to get it done against this competition, but when they move closer to the 1.25 mile at the Kentucky Derby, I don't know if his breeding is really designed for that.
Yeah, number 6, Forbidden Kingdom. Like you said earlier, he talked about the San Vicente being a prep there, and Forbidden Kingdom won that. The connections, Mandela and Hernandez, red hot, 40% winners, Johnny, on 15 mounts at Santa Anita. It's going to be the speed, so go get them. Number 6, Forbidden Kingdom here. That's the San Felipe, Grade 2, going 1 mile and a 16th, everybody. Right, before we move on to the Fountain of the Youth, the last one we will cover. Thanks for joining us here on Derby Talk. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe. We're following the trail. 148, everybody, run for the roses. All right, Johnny, let's take a look at the Fountain of the Youth here. Anything you want to say before we get to the quick preview and then your picks?
Yeah, so the Fountain of Youth has a nice big field here. It's going to be 12 horses, I believe, with the stretch of Mo Donegal. But this is a nice field, and I could definitely see somebody coming out of this race and making a little bit of noise on the Derby Trail.
There we go, Fountain Youth, Grade 2, 1 mile and a 16th from Gulfstream. Let's get to it. Another number 1, Markman. Won last 2 starts, including first start as a 3-year-old, winning the Pasco 125K at Tampa. Improving in each start. Trainer Juan Sevilla will be stretching this colt out from the 7 furlongs to the 1 mile and 16th distance. Number 2, Simplification. This 3-year-old bay colt finished second in the Holy Bull from Gulfstream, coming off the pace here. Won the Mucho Macho Man 150K as the speed, 2 starts back. Antonio Sanyo gets J.L. Ortiz up. Bullet works after that last start. Number 2, Simplification. Number 3, Howling Time. Bullet works for this 3-year-old son to not this time. Dale Roman pairs up with regular rider Joe Talamo, making its first start as a 3-year-old. Finished 5th in the Kentucky Jockey Cup. 2-1 at the post there. That's 3, Howling Time. Number 4, In Due Time. 92 buyer figure in its last start. Highest of the field for the last start for Kelly Breen. Trains this 3-year-old chestnut. Close from right off the pace in its last start. Optional 75, non-winners of 1. Paco Lopez back up in the saddle for a 3rd straight ride. Number 5, Dean Delivers. Finished 2nd last 3 starts, with his last start coming at Gulfstream Park in the Grade 3 Swell. Improving buyer figures in every start. Trainer is Michael Yates. Number 6, Rattle and Roll, won the Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity from Keeneland in October. His last start coming off a 2-win streak. Expect a late big closing move from this one. Kenny McPeak trains. Brian Hernandez rides. Number 7, AP's Secret. Safi Joseph Jr. trains the son of Cupid. Won the last start going 1 mile at Gulfstream versus non-winners of 1 for $75K. Favorite in 2 of its 3 career starts. All 3 starts at Gulfstream Park. Tyler Gaffleone, first time aboard. Jockey trainer, 25% there at Gulfstream. Number 8, Emmanuel. Lightly raced 3-year-old Bay Colt is 2 for 2 in his career. Both winning easily. Last was the speed of the race. Won him by 4.5 at Tampa Bay. Non-winners of 1. Broke its maiden by 6+ at Gulfstream. Shows up in the mornings for the work. Big outlets here. Windstar. Todd Pletcher trains. Luis Saez is the jockey. High Oak, 6-month layoff. This making his 3-year-old debut. Trained by Bill Mott. Ridden by Junior Alvarado. Last start came in the Grade 1 Hopeful from Saratoga. Took some time off. 7 furlongs the last start. 2 wins are at 5.5 and 6.5. Going to be stretching it out. Bill Mott, 20% there. Number 10, Giant Game. Dale Roman teams up with West Point Thoroughbreds with the son to Giant Causeway. Disappointing 8 in the Holy Bull. Impressive 3rd place finish in the fall in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Corey Lannery picks up the mount. All right, number 11, O Captain. 3rd in its first start of the year in 100K. On January 1st, actually. Trainer Gustavo Delgado, 19%, currently training winning percentage. JJ Castellano gets the mount. 2nd start as a 3-year-old. 3rd start of his career, so lightly raced. Number 11, O Captain. Number 12, Did Scratch. That's Mo Denego. We did talk about that. Number 3, Galt is going to get in the place there. Got into the gate. 4th in the Holy Bull last out for Bill Mott. Joel Rosario gets the call here, expected to be coming off the pace. That is your field for this year's Fountain of Youth from Gulfstream. Johnny's going to give us a couple pedigree picks. What do you say, Johnny?
Yeah, so simplification. We talked about him in our Holy Bull video, as well as Giant Game. So if you want to go check that video out, you'll see those 2 horses. And Howling Time we talked about in our Sam F. Davis video. So if you want to go back and see what we have to say about him in the Sam F. Davis video, please do. We would appreciate that. And with that being said, I'd like to get started on the top 3.
Let's do it. Let's go number 3, Johnny, Fountain of Youth. This is a big one.
All right, so I'm going to start off with Rattle and Roll. So Rattle and Roll is by Connect out of Jazzy Tune by Johannesburg. Connect is by leading sire Curlin, who has produced winning progeny in almost every classic race and had 2 runner-ups in the Kentucky Derby. Connect won 6 of 8 and beat Nyquist, Gunrunner, Exaggerator, and Cupid in a race. Jazz Tune didn't do much on the track, but did break her maiden. 2nd Dam, Rap and Dance dropped 3 6-figure earners. 3rd Dam, Dance Revive dropped 7 6-figure winners. And Champion sire Lifford is on the direct fem line. Jazz Tune is by a Stormcat Line stallion Johannesburg, who sired Scat Daddy, sire of Justify, and the cross is the exact opposite of In Due Time, who I'm about to talk about in a second. Rattle and Roll, I think, has a ton of potential. His workouts have been a little bit skeptical for me, and the rear running style is a little bit tough at Gulfstream Park, but this horse has a ton of potential, and he does have a 4-star pedigree, I would say, if everything lines up the way that it could.
Yeah, Johnny, you gotta like that 6 Rattle and Roll. You know, last start winning a Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity from Keeneland. So first race since October. But if this one comes locked and loaded, could be right up there. And you got Kenny McPeak, who's got a full barn of 3-year-olds ready to go, and it gets his man Hernandez. That's 6 Rattle and Roll. Who do we got next on the pedigree pick?
So next on the pick is going to be In Due Time. In Due Time is by Not This Time out of Sweet Sweet Annie by Curlin. Not This Time has 3 horses in the race, led by Morning Line favorite Simplification. He also has the leading horse in the standings right now with Epicenter on top with 64 points. Not This Time is just on fire. Sweet Sweet Annie never made it to the track, but comes from a nice 9F fem line with Third Dam, Antoinette dropping 4 black type 6-figure earners, and Top Stallion Curlin making a nice compliment to the Stormcat sire line on top. I do think this is a beautiful cross. There is a 3 Not This Times in this race, and this might be one to watch out for.
There we go. Kelly Breen, excellent trainer, trains this 3-year-old chestnut colt. 92 buyer, the highest speed figure of any other horse last race out. So that's number 4, In Due Time. Let's move on to number 1, Johnny. Who do we got in number 1? Following the Youth. Do it.
So number 1, we're looking at Emmanuel. He's by More Than Ready out of Hard Cloth by Hard Spun. More Than Ready has been a very versatile sire with progeny that range from 2-time sprint champion Roy H. to classic distance Travers winner and Grade 1 turf winner Catholic Boy. He's also sired multiple Grade 1 winners around the world such as Sebring and Eagle Way. Hard Cloth never made it to the track, but with half sibling being by Grade 1 winner, half sibling being Grade 1 winner Free Drop Billy and nearly $5 million earner Hawk Bill, she certainly brings plenty of class to this equation. Further down the loaded fem line, you'll see Ride the Trails, who is responsible for dropping Cozine as well. This horse has nothing but potential. I think a mile and 16th might be a perfect distance for him. And he's definitely got Luis Saez on board, who had options to ride at probably other tracks and chose to ride this one for Pletcher. So that is a good sign as well. I think he's going to be very tough to beat.
All right, Johnny, number 1, Emmanuel. I like this. I've been keeping my eye on this 3-year-old bay colt. Lightly raced here. Todd Pletcher trains. He's fully locked and loaded too. Luis Saez, like you said, main guy, has options to ride other places, decides to show up out in a Youth. I like to hear this one. Winning big, 4.5 and 6.5. Workouts look good. So number 1, Emmanuel on the Pedigree picks. Johnny, that's the Fountain of Youth. We went through 3 big major races on the trail to the Kentucky Derby. That is the Gotham, the San Felipe, and the Fountain of Youth. Next week, the Tampa Bay Derby. And then following that, we got big races, Johnny, 100-point races. The UAE Derby is going to be the big one that we got in 2 weeks. Also with the other race is going to be the Louisiana Derby. So we're right there, Johnny. May 7th. What do you say?
The big point races, I mean, they're right around the corner, and it happens fast. We'll see within the next month. I feel like the whole Derby picture could flip upside down, and we could see some unexpected horses come up, and maybe some horses that we thought improve and stand out.
Yeah, Johnny, it's all about these 3-year-olds getting hot and getting good at the right time. So one could show up in this 100-point race and be put right on the map. Like you said, you don't know what's going to show up. And that, just like the Rebel, Un Ojo, 75-1 if you had it, Johnny. So anything can happen on the Derby Trail. Tommy D, Johnny Lowe, Derby Talk, episode number 8. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the bell, share us with your horse racing friends, everybody. Anything else, Johnny?
I think you summed it up.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, good luck this weekend, and we'll see you right back here next week.
I like it, Johnny. Thanks for your time, everybody. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you next time here on the Hip Horse.